group leaders and teachers. I hope y'all are doing well, having a fabulous day. Hey, I'm actually having a little bit of fun here, playing just a little bit of blues on my guitar. But while I was doing so, I'm actually thinking a little bit about something that we hold near and dear to our hearts as followers of Jesus. That's the hope of the gospel. The truth is that so many people in the culture around us really struggle with even what the gospel means and the hope of the gospel. Sometimes they're hostile to the gospel. We have conversations with them about Jesus, about inviting them to church. It feels like it's falling on deaf ears. We want to actually sing the blues because we're so frustrated that they don't get what the gospel is all about. The truth is, though, that it's falling very far from deaf ears. The culture around us may feel like they're hostile to the gospel. But an important leadership lesson for us, as well as everyone that we're leading, is just a healthy reminder that in spite of the fact that we feel like that people aren't hearing what we're sharing with them, the truth is that they are. That sometimes people hold on to it for a long time, sometimes people hold on to it for a short time. Some folks have actually done research in how people come to faith in Jesus in the modern day, and they found that it takes someone 12 to 15 times to have a positive encounter with the gospel before they would surrender to Jesus. Now that's 12 to 15 different conversations they've had with people in a positive way that has spoken to them and encouraged their heart. I want to share a story with you. I just learned today, a member of our church as a retired pastor, he's been in ministry for 50 years, and he shared with me he met someone about 5 years ago in a trip that he was taking to Arkansas from his home here in Tulsa. As he was driving to Arkansas, he had an issue with a tire, had to pull over, found out that he had something wrong with his car, was going to take a few hours to fix. So he's sitting there in the shop waiting for this mechanic to fix it. Somebody comes into the shop and stops and literally stares at him for about 10 minutes before he finally gets the courage to say, is your name so-and-so? And this pastor came to him and said, how do you know my name? Do we know each other? And so he went on to share the story then of how 50 years before, in his first ministry job, this young man received someone knocking on their door, this pastor, just checking in on them, wanting to say, I care about you, I know you're new to the neighborhood, so I want to invite you to church if you don't have a church. And the guy was pretty angry that this pastor would do that, and so he just shut the door. Well, this pastor, who now goes to our church, felt so strongly that he needed to share something with the guy that he went back and knocked on the door again and just asked, if you were to die tonight, do you know when you wake up tomorrow where you would be? That question haunted the guy. Now, he closed the door. He was angry again. He was hostile to that conversation. Later that afternoon, his wife got home, and this gentleman told her, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened that we got into a fight before, but I don't want this anymore. And I actually want to go to church with you in the morning. He went to First Baptist Mustang that Sunday morning and surrendered his life to Jesus because of the conversation this pastor had with him. Wow, what an incredible testimony. But the truth is, even though people are hostile to the gospel, we don't know what's going on the inside. We don't know if it's conversation number 1 or conversation number 15. Somewhere in that, the Lord is working on them and challenging them to grow closer to God. So instead of singing the blues the next time you run into somebody who doesn't know Jesus and they reject the gospel, I recommend that you keep encouraging them to find Jesus. And you remember that the job of salvation ultimately is Jesus. Our job is to be faithful in sharing the gospel. Hope you have a great day. God bless.